The forces of nature collide in the Evergreen State. It's second place finishers in 2024, Spokane Velocity FC hosting Portland Hearts of Pine in their second ever league match. Philip Galati with you from One Spokane Stadium. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by the Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Like the waterfall from which they draw their name, the goals were flowing for Spokane last week in a 4-0 thrashing away from home against the Greenville Triumph. Ruiz Heel, the top goal scorer for the club last year, had a brace. So too did Anwar Pelaez. Head coach Lee Viedman saying mentality for this squad was there from the opening kick to the final whistle. Solid defensively the whole match through, and those key returning players made their veteran experience known in this match. Speaking of veterans, 7 players from that starting 11 were part of that runners-up squad last year. 12 players in total from Spokane's inaugural roster are coming back for another trip around the sun with Velocity FC. A lot of these players had multi-goal performances last year, multi-goal contribution seasons, and they have that experience together that combined to get them all the way to the USL League One Cup final in 2024. As for Portland Hearts of Pine in the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup, a dramatic come-from-behind victory against fellow New England foe Hartford Athletic. They will go to the third round and play Rhode Island FC next time out in the Open Cup. Head coach Bobby Murphy had plenty of things to say, but 2 players in particular he wanted to highlight: Pat Langlois and Michelle Poon-Angaron, 2 players from abroad. Langlois from Australia, Poon-Angaron from Trinidad and Tobago. Head coach Bobby Murphy says now they have an opportunity in a new country for both of their families in a special community to grow their passion for the game they love. So Spokane looking to make it 2 in a row as Portland searches for their first ever goal in USL League One. It's going to be a great watch, but before we get underway, we're going to step aside for a little bit. We come back, starting lineups and the opening kick. See you soon.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at One Spokane Stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Nearly time for the first ever meeting between Spokane Velocity FC and the Portland Hearts of Pine from One Spokane Stadium. Philip Galati with you. Tonight's contest presented by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, and the home lineup presented by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. 4-2-3-1 has been the go-to for head coach Lee Viedman this season. Carlos Marancio returning from the inaugural roster, leading from the back. The 2 center back pairing of Cameron Miller and the new addition David Garcia from the Jägermeister Cup winning Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Anwar Pelaez with 2 goals to his name on the season, leading the line with Luis Gil, the captain, in that middle 3 of midfield. As for head coach Bobby Murphy's first 11, it's a 4-3-3 on paper, but keep an eye because they have been known to switch to a 4-4-2 with Azad Liadi at the top. And then to his right, Evan Southern, who had the winning PK in the shootout to knock out USL Championship foe Hartford Athletic. Samuel Malamaki Camacho was going to be on the back line. He is a late scratch. Masashi Wada will take his place with the Yokohama, Japan native set to make his debut in USL League One. The man who has played across the top 3 divisions of professional soccer in his native Japan, amassing over 100 appearances in total. For Spokane, looking for their second win back-to-back, their second win of the season in the home white strip with the sky blue trim. Luis Gil has issued his final charge. Alex Beeler is the man in the middle tonight. Waiting for the go-ahead and a final check of his watch before the first meeting between the two forces of nature get underway. Luis Gil, who led Spokane to the USL League One Cup final last year, captaining the side again in just their second ever season. It will be the visitors, Portland Hearts of Pine, to get things underway. Michel Poon-Angaron will start proceedings, and the ball is rolling from One Spokane Stadium. Portland attacking to the right in the navy and green strip, with Velocity FC headed to the left. Liani heading it down, and the return ball was there with Evan Southern. If not for Liani losing his footing. Azad Liani was sent off in the 96th minute on Wednesday in that match against Hartford Athletic. Hartford took the lead not long after that before Jake Keegan in the 117th minute sent the game to a penalty shootout. Fernandez, who amassed over 1,200 minutes last year for Spokane as a real tempo setter for this side. Liani dispossessed. Spokane can't break. Instead sent forward on the near side for Jones Riley. Tearing toward the 18-yard box and coming across to collect it is Derek Waldeck. The only man so far with a goal and an assist to his name. Derek Waldeck, the former 2-time national champion with the Stanford Cardinal. Has had a lengthy professional career that started back in 2020 with North Texas SC. California native, now in his second season with Spokane. Waldeck searching for that ball in behind now, urging Reedy forward. Pierre Reedy to the byline, trying to make a move. Jones Riley defending in tight quarters. First ball cut away only as far as Waldeck, and the second one cleared more convincingly. Carlos Marancio trying to find the shape a little bit. Had 7 appearances last year for Velocity FC. Has made 6 saves, posting a 66.6% save percentage in the early doors of the 2025 campaign. Siobhan John Brown has the pace to keep this one in touch. First cross deflected. Falls to Walter Varela. Pass too strong. Now Andre Lewis. Reedy forward for heel. Back heel, and nobody in white was there. 1-2 picked away in midfield. Spokane playing very wide early on, trying to stretch things horizontally. Fernandez has checked in from the center of midfield into that back line to facilitate the buildup, and he's found Waldeck. Outside back getting forward, playing short for Lewis, nowhere to go. Going down, and free kick. Andre Lewis staying persistent. Spanish Town, Jamaica native. Had nearly 70 appearances for Portland Timbers 2 and Hartford Athletic, for featuring in 25 matches last season for Spokane, scoring 4 and assisting 3. Waldeck. Miller now. Garcia just about got it away. Oprah has kept the width. Fortunate bounce to fall to heel, and he's done well to keep this one alive, if only temporarily. Nesser jostling forward and able to skip by John Brown for now. Southern comes off his thigh into the path of Poon Angaron. Big switches on as well. Couple appeals after Masashi Wada goes down. The referee had a good view of it. Another long ball sent forward, and it's a physical battle. Now with Mikey Lopez. Got his pocket picked. Going down was Andre Lewis, and he's won a free kick. Michelle Poon Angaron conceding the foul. Man who started against Hartford Athletic on Wednesday, played 105 minutes in that contest. Take another look at it. That one's won cleanly. And there is the arm on the small of the back. Enough of a pull on the player by the judgment of the referee. Waldeck is set piece specialist for Spokane. He's got a deadly delivery. This one whipped to the far side of the 18, headed in front, and a couple players arriving, cut out by Hunter Morse. That second ball is going to be the one to watch for Velocity FC. The first player underneath it trying to pick out a teammate, and there were 2 numbers arriving at the back stick. Head coach Bobby Murphy spoke on the talent that Spokane has and how it's going to be difficult to mark them from set pieces because they have so many very gifted players. Coach Murphy also praising the atmosphere at One Spokane Stadium as the fans have already started their song. He said it's going to be a real challenge for his side on the road, especially with 3 games in 7 days. The travel to Spokane was not easy. They left Portland at 12:30. They got to Spokane the following morning at 12:30 local. So a 15-hour journey after playing 120 minutes in the midweek. Coach Murphy saying it's going to take some mental fortitude for these guys to push through and dig deep for the full 90 minutes, but he is fully confident in the characters he have in his side. This is a great ball to the far side. Is this the opening goal? Dragged wide of the far post. Portland showing their character early, and Evan Southern nearly etching his name into the history books. The Hearts of Pine still looking for their first goal in USL League One history. It's a great ball into the path of Southern, unmarked, picks up his head, knows where the goal is, just drags it a fraction wide on that left foot. Man who scored the winning PK to send Portland into the next round of the US Open Cup against another New England side, Rhode Island FC. Runners-up last year in the USL Championship, as the runners-up in USL League One start the makings of another attack. Waldeck on the 1-2 to the back post. Awkward one to take down, but still alive. Reedy from distance doesn't get past the back line. Waldeck forced to recycle now with Miller. Lewis is checked in, trying to scoop one in behind for Siobhan John Brown. Cruyff turned, but didn't like what he saw. The pass picked away by Southern, who gets the nutmeg and won't get on the end of it. Both sides not afraid to dribble at their marks early on, trying to set the tone, not shy away from a 50-50 ball. That pass looked a little dangerous and forced out of touch, as Portland try to continue to find their footing. Foul called as lucky Oprah went to ground. One of a number of players who featured last year for the inaugural Jägermeister Cup champions, the Northern Colorado Hailstorm. David Garcia on the back line in the starting 11 tonight. A former teammate of Oprah's at Northern Colorado. Oprah often featured on that left side of defense. Lines up tonight on the right. Waldeck on the left side. Sees his pass intercepted by Wada. Punangaran and Lopez in turn, as Hearts of Pine will try and build this one. Messer had space to explore, kept his head on a swivel. Switch isn't on just yet. Back to the other point of attack with Punangaran. Liati making a run. It's a good pass to try and pick him out. The header won by Garcia, who also will concede the throw-in. First time we've seen Portland have a chance in the final third to really maintain possession. Punangaran dispossessed right on cue. Lewis with the quick feet. That one pinballing around, thrown in favor of Hearts of Pine. Miller, Waldeck has some real estate in front of him. Thought about the switch, didn't see it. Lopez pursuing. Liati will check in. Spokane again trying to stretch things, and it's a great ball to the far side. John Brown taking it down, trying to pick out Luis Heel. Coming back to cover was Wada. Falls kindly for Lewis. It's a very measured rhythm in the opening 13 minutes or so. Both teams probing but not forcing anything. Good ball to the edge of the area. Fernandez going down. Shandon Wright trying not to foul. It's a back four on paper, but almost lines up like a 5 defensively for Portland. Spokane trying to find a way through. Sean Vinberg not fooled by the quick feet. Needle threaded for Southern. Got the foul as he tried to slalom his way through 2 defenders. David Garcia and Siobhan John Brown in hot pursuit and falling foul of the referee's decision. The USL on CBS kicks off tomorrow with 2 former USL Championship title winners battling it out. Join us at 4 p.m. Eastern as undefeated San Antonio FC takes on Western Conference rival Phoenix Rising FC tomorrow on CBS. Long ball had to be cut away. Portland with another throw-in on the far side. Lopez, who's already covered a lot of grass in this one and directing traffic too. And Coach Bobby Murphy said he wants his players to be ready to run, that opponents can stop you from dribbling, stop you from shooting, stop you from passing, but they can't stop you from running. When he was looking at players to bring in, he wanted guys ready to work, ready to put in a full shift, even if that means 120 minutes on Wednesday and a long road trip a day later. Lopez. Varela. Boone Angeron now. Thinks he sees the switch with Jones Riley. Forced away from goal by Waldeck, who will poke it out of touch. Not a lot of options showing short. Boone Angeron behind the referee, acting as the fulcrum if Portland want to switch the point of attack. Finds Boone Angeron, who will switch it. Nathan Messer up from the back now. Varela. Great pass to find Jaden Jones-Riley. Trying to send one in. Waldeck not going to give him the space. All the way to the byline. And that did not stay in. Jaden Jones-Riley, the former Portland Timbers 2-man. Played his college ball at the University of Dayton. Had 2 goals, 3 assists, and 47 appearances for Timbers 2. Calais going down. Pierre was asking for a yellow card for stopping a promising attack. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flatstick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Another good ball in behind, and this one comfortable for Morse. Spokane again searching for that extra pass. players returning from that runners-up squad in the starting 11 tonight, and they know their movement subconsciously off the ball. They want to find that extra pass. It's a good idea to cross that one more time, but it's too close to the 6-yard box. Spokane coming off of a midweek match as well against the Tacoma Defiance, which they lost 2-1, knocked out of the Open Cup. And Coach Lee Wieben lamented on a poor start to the game, put us on the back foot, but we fought our way back into it. Saying that on another day, maybe the luck falls differently for us, but now we've got to regroup and reset for a quick turnaround. Fernandez. Oprah now wants the 1-2 and will get it. Space to work it back in front and head it over the bar. Another good team attack from Velocity FC. Morse not tested as of yet, but that one was very close. Two quick touches from Siobhan John Brown to release Lucky Oprah. And the header from just over 6 yards is over the bar from Pierre Reedy. Played in 7 matches for the club in 2024, still yet to open his goal scoring account for Spokane. Southern with a good tackle. Wada trying to urge him forward. Varela has made the overlap. Referee had a check with his linesman. Ball stayed in bounds. Lovely nutmeg. The shot from distance spilled and then eventually gobbled up by Marancio. End-to-end action. It's great hustle play by Walter Varela to keep that one in bounds. Saw Southern on his left shoulder. Saw Andre Lewis on his right, managed to nutmeg him. Didn't get a great look at goal before picking up his head and went right down Main Street. As now Spokane the other way. And Morse very quickly off his line to smother it. And the pace of this one really starting to quicken. Pierre Reedy causing some problems for the Portland back line. Pennsylvania native, ball with the net. Waldeck. Lovely touch from Reedy. Physical battle from Pelaez to win it. Now Reedy in a foot race, trying to get around Sean Vinberg, and will take the former Central Valley Fuego man down. And very quickly, Alex Beeler, the referee, over to calm the tempers. It was a very creative touch from Reedy to try and get the 1-2. Pelaez had some legwork to do to get on the end of it. Another look at this touch. Completely wrong footing Jones Riley. And then well defended in the end by Sean Vinberg. The man who played 7 matches with Central Valley Fuego last year, scored 1 goal. And that lone strike coming against Spokane. Knows what it takes to score against this side, but primary duties will be stymieing the scoring opportunities for Spokane. The referee has seen some contact after the ball was played. Shandon Wright putting his hands up apologetically, but won't change the decision. Select is proud to be the official matchball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Appeals for handball. The arm was up from Oprah, but it looked like it hit his shoulder. That rule certainly a contentious one. Waldeck, smart header. Reedy has found the left back. He's trying to find crossing space. Instead short for Heel. Now Fernandez sees Waldeck to his left. First time ball is a good one, little over hit. Southern trying to settle the bouncing ball and dispossessed. Lewis. Work to the far side, back in front. Lopez meeting it. Sent away from danger by Messer. Spokane doing a really good job of winning the second ball. As soon as Portland are able to clear a chance, Spokane are there to win the 50-50s, to keep the attacks alive, staying persistent in that final third. Another Route 1 pass over the top is a good one. The chip off target. A creative attempt from Anwar Pelayez. Timed his run to perfection. Slipping in behind the back line. And tough with the ball bouncing up like that. Unable to put the top spin on it to get it back down underneath the crossbar. Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our charity of the month. It's more than a home, it's a way to give back. Please visit our site at www.windermerefoundation.com. Another pass work to the near side for Waldeck. Jones-Riley came across, and the whistle will sound to bring this one back. Spokane switching the point of attack early and often, dragging Hearts of Pine out of position, making overlapping runs, underlapping runs, finding the spaces in between the lines. Yet to find their first shot on target. 3 so far. Hunter Morse yet to really be tested. Fernandez. Watto will lead the press. In constant communication with Evan Southern. In a traditional two-striker pairing on the ball, they're not staying any more than 15 yards apart from each other. Defensively, the two keeping that line of communication, try and find their shape. Siobhan John Brown found the nutmeg, and Andre Lewis, who finds Derek Waldeck. Space on his right foot. The weak shot denied. Shot on the weak foot, rather, from Derek Waldeck. Had a lot of time, but it was closed down very quickly. And at this level, it's going to take a little bit more speed. Both of these teams like to play at pace, like to press the ball with fervor. And a good chance can be a half chance in the blink of an eye. First corner of the night on deck. This is the ICCU Corner Kick, your financial success fan club. It will be Derek Waldeck on his favored left foot to swing this one in. staring into the Spokane sun. As the noise echoes around the grounds. Waldeck's delivery is a shallow one. The goalkeeper went up for it, but it goes all the way through for a goal kick. Hunter Morse went airborne, couldn't get a paw to it. Hearts of Pine will take a breath and regroup. Elite Minds. Unlock your mind. Unlock your game. Visit our website today. Wada has found some space. Heavy first touch off the chest. Taken the other direction by Reedy. Now Lewis. Again trying to find that scything ball diagonally in between the lines. Clearance deflected, but all the way out for the goal kick. 30th minute from One Spokane Stadium, scoreless between Spokane Velocity FC and Portland Hearts of Pine in their first ever meeting. Philip Galati with you from the West Coast. As Portland search for their first ever USL League One goal. Spokane, the runners up last year, looking to make it 2 wins in a row. Liotti has checked into midfield and has a lot of space. He's got some real speed about him, and he's got options either side. Finds Varela to his left, crossing to the back post. The spin will keep it in play. Jones-Riley worked right back in. Headed to the top of the 18 and once more away from danger. Hearts of Pine have been on the back foot for a good bit now. What can they do with this one? Messer. Was urged to the byline by Southern, and just a miscommunication between the forward and the center back. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Waldeck once again. Wants to go long. Difficult pass, and it's well defended by Shandon Wright. And in turn, Sean Vinberg. Fernandez, another big switch. John Brown searching for it in the sun, but able to find it. Oprah to the 18, dispossessed by Messer. Southern, Varela, tripped up. Referee will not play advantage and instead bring it back. Curious to see how the interplay between Evan Southern and Walter Varela will develop as this match goes on, because oftentimes Evan Southern, who's usually up top with Azad Liotti, is dropping back into midfield, creating those triangles, those 1-2 passes with Walter Varela on the left-hand side, urging the midfielder forward to make those overlapping runs. We saw that run a few minutes ago where Varela was able to keep it dancing on the paint and get a nutmeg and a shot on target. That shot back in the 21st minute, the lone shot on target of the match for either side. And once again, not a lot of short options on the throw-in. Some movement up top. It will be sent back. Now Poon Angeron dispossessed. Portland winning the second ball and needed to. Could have been a counter. Spokane holding shape defensively. Not electing to go compact off the ball, staying wide, forcing Siobhan John Brown out wide to try and cut off that passing lane between Southern and Varela. They played around him for now, and Velocity FC have won it right back. Varela this time putting a good tackle in. Right. Overcooked it for Jaden Jones-Riley. Portland have not tried that Route 1 pass, that long progressive ball forward. They may try on the counter now. Liati, 1-2 with Jones-Riley. Couple step overs to the byline, cutting it back. Sliding clearance was a good one. Right to a teammate. Sent forward for Reedy, who goes down. That was a strong shoulder by Shandon Wright. He gets a stern talking to from the center referee. Pierre Reedy doing a nice job of using his body on that one. Getting to the ball first and knows to put himself in a position between the defender and the ball to invite that contact. Got the defender to bite. Sometimes as a forward, when you don't have a lot of time on the ball with your back to goal, put your body in a position that will lead to success. Draw a foul, reset from the dead ball. Heel pokes it along, and there was a lot of space for Reedy. Heel couldn't get it there. Now Liati. There was space on the overlap for Wada, but the offside flag will deny the challenge. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue. Open 7 days a week. Another whistle on the far side, and Spokane have been dangerous from set pieces in the past. This one may be a good opportunity for the left footer Derek Waldeck to swing in. Spokane faithful bringing the noise. Hearts of Pine fans watching on from $3 Dewey's and Bunker Brewing. All eyes now on Derek Waldeck. Good delivery, strong header away. Counter isn't on, intercepted by Reedy. Shot from distance denied by Southern. And here comes Azad Liati. Wada on the charge to his right. Picks out Evan Southern to his left. Needs reinforcements. It was Varela instead bringing it forward. He's left it behind for Lopez. Jones-Riley stepping up. In-swinging delivery over Wada. Portland trying to win the second ball. Going down was right. Whistle will not sound. Portland have kept their midfield line forward here. Nathan Messer is up from the back. Not being closed down. Finds Southern looking for shooting space and denied. And Mikey Lopez committing an infraction, trying to win it right back in a promising spot. Southern had 3 defenders around him, couldn't poke it away. Contact there, but more contact on the part of Mikey Lopez. First ever captain for the Birmingham Legion. That's a poor pass out of the back. Sliding challenge in midfield, not once but twice, and the referee will stop this one. likely for the first yellow card, and it's brandished to Mikey Lopez. Spokane nearly turning that one over, appeals that it went over the byline. Contested 50-50, but then a more clear-cut foul. Mikey Lopez going to ground, getting the man and not the ball. It is the first booking of the match. The captain for the visitors. First ever captain of the Birmingham Legion, the club's second ever signing. 2019 USL Championship Defender of the Year. Won a national championship in his college days with UNC. Picks up his first yellow card of the year. Now having a chat with Evan Southern. Again, we've seen how Evan Southern wants to check into midfield and facilitate the build-up. But Spokane has provided a very difficult challenge as far as progressing the ball goes. Coach Lee Veman, his second season in charge of the club. Chatting with Pierre Reedy, one of the returners of this squad. Bobby Murphy went to the semifinals last year with St. Louis City 2. Guided them to a second best regular season record. Andre Lewis will require some medical attention off the pitch. Man with 3 senior caps with the Reggae Boys has been given the green light to re-enter the fray. Miller testing Vinberg in the air, who wins the first duel, and Lopez the second ball comfortably. And Coach Lee Veman spoke on the organization that Portland has defensively. They've been able to cut out those long passes over the top. But when they switch the point of attack, that's when Spokane has really started to shine, picking their moments, going quickly. Monkey Oprah protesting his case. And Walter Varela going down. Didn't have a lot of room to get around him. 42nd minute now from One Spokane Stadium. Velocity FC has been on the front foot for a good portion of this one, but as of now, Portland boasts the lone shot on target. Fernandez. Wide for Oprah, stretched for it, but couldn't get there. Someone who his head coach, Lee Veman, is excited to see this season. That fan, the best dressed of the night. Hard to beat that. Touch in the midfield. Punanga on now with it. Wada turning, opening up for Jones Riley. Back for Punanga on. Sees the switch on. Cut away at the first time of asking by Lucky Oprah. Was brought into this team because of his defensive acumen. His head coach Lee Veman say he's still building his fitness and his sharpness. got to preseason a little bit late, but boasts a lot of defensive quality, which he's already shown early on in this season, making his first start for Spokane. Early shot cleared away. It was a speculative attempt from Varela. Great first touch on the far side. Book your stay today at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Liati trying to poke it into the path of Wada. Fighting for it now as Reedy going down. Sustains some contact in the air as the referee will sportingly help Azad Liati back to his own 2 feet. The man on loan from Lexington had 2 goals, 1 assist in 14 appearances for the club last year. As we enter the first of 2 minutes of stoppage time. This half stoppage time is presented by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort and Hotel. Angeron going down, referee right on top of it. Waldeck onto it now for Spokane. Reedy with space. The step over onto his left foot, and the cross deflected by Wright, who will win a free kick and seems to be in some real discomfort, which will warrant a yellow card for Anwar Pelaez. Now a player booked for either side. Shandon Wright still down. Did well to block the cross. First touch to get away from the first man, and was immediately motioning for the game to be stopped. Pelaez, the joint top goal scorer in League One for Spokane this season, now on a caution. Had a brace versus Greenville, scored 2 goals in 9 appearances in all of last year for Spokane, already equaling his 2024 tally in the early stages of 2025. As we are into the late stages of the first half here in Spokane. Liati trying to battle for it and loses the challenge. One-time ball. John Brown skipping away, trying to find Luis Heel. Thumped that one against his teammate. And forces the clearance out of bounds off of a deflection. Haven't said Luis Heel's name much tonight. Man with 7 goals, 5 assists in league play for Spokane last year, the inaugural captain for the club. Someone with unmatched quality in the 18-yard box, said his head coach Lee Wiedemann. Hasn't had a chance to show it tonight yet. But with a player of his caliber, that may change. Vinberg drawing the contact. Anwar Pelaez given a warning. He was just given a yellow card. Got to be mindful of that physicality on the high press. Everybody forward for this one as the 2 minutes at a minimum have elapsed. That likely the penultimate kick of the first half, and it was. Scoreless through 45 from One Spokane Stadium, as Velocity FC and Hearts of Pine are deadlocked after one. Siobhan John Brown and Luis Heel leading the line, but unable to get a shot on target as of yet. Portland have found some chances on the counterattack, but only have one shot on target for now, as two well-matched teams look for the difference maker. End-to-end action, but still scoreless through the first frame. We've got plenty to talk about at halftime. News, notes, highlights, and much more. See you soon.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help.
Scoreless through 45 as we take a look at the team of the week in USL League One. A number of players to highlight and a number of players in this match as well. Carlos Barancio at the back keeping a clean sheet, with Lucky Oprah named the player of the week. Anwar Pelaez and Luis Heel both with braces. Derek Gebhardt scoring for the Mingos. Dion Akoff and Charlie Ostrom dominant in a 3-1 win for Union Omaha over South Georgia Tormenta, with Sergio Ors Navarro getting his first professional goal. The former West Virginia man who tore it up in the college scene, Max Schneider, who scored the third for Union Omaha in that game on an excellent team goal that is must-watch soccer. And Lee Wiedman, the man in charge of Spokane, named as the coach of the week for the first time this season. Take a look at the goal and save of the week in USL League One, Week 4.
Take that one from the training ground. Monterey Bay continue their fabulous.
A lovely volley, cushioned with the instep, and Union Omaha go in front.
Heel to make it 3 for Spokane Velocity. It's saved. Rankenberg keeps his side alive.
Well, that's not all we got for you. Before we take a quick break, let's take a look at the first round of the Player of the Month nominees in USL League One.
Still Darwin Espinal! What a finish that is! Richmond right back in it!
Henderlong laying it off. Now cut back into Onan, who dummies away. Henderlong! Who grew up playing club soccer 7 miles from Mount Vernon. buries it. Westchester is a soccer county.
And it's a tremendous finish. San Antonio FC. Unreal. And in. Phoenix Rising.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador Spiked Bebidas.
Scoreless first half from One Spokane Stadium. Portland and Velocity FC deadlocked at 0-0. Phil Pilati with you as we take a look at the news and notes around USL League One after week number 4. First off, the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup, as we mentioned a couple times tonight, a league best 9 clubs have advanced to round number 3 as the competition continues to get hot. AV Alta FC welcoming a sellout crowd of 5,000 plus in the club's home debut against another expansion side in their first year, Westchester FC. And then, as you saw a little earlier, Leo Castro, Carson Henderlong, Darwin Espinal, and Juan Carlos Obregon Jr. nominated for the March Player of the Month as the heartbeat of American soccer is back in full swing. Some scores from around the league earlier today. The Red Wolves and the Ibises 2 apiece through 90. Greenville getting a 1-0 win over the Charlotte Independents. An 86th minute winner from a March Player of the Month nominee, Leonardo Castro. And then FC Naples scoring 3 on the road against another first-year side in Texoma FC, as FC Naples continue to remain top of the table, 4 points clear through 5 matches. Greenville in second on 7, Richmond with 6. Spokane has a chance to leapfrog into second place if they can get 3 points tonight. They'll need a goal first. Second half coming up in a little bit. We've got one more break. When we come back, highlight stats and the kickoff. See you soon.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
It's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
Do you think there's a chance for a defender to be named MVP?
Obviously, your team has to be winning, and you need to do some spectacular things on the field. I think it's really the impact that you have on your teammates, raising the standard of the team, of yourself, of all the guys. Who has the most impact on the team, not just the goals or the stats? There's a different nuance to it.
Welcome back to One Spokane Stadium. 59 degrees as a couple fans are enjoying a sweet treat at the interval. Nearly time for the second half to get underway. Before we do that, let's take a look at the highlights from the opening 45 in the Evergreen State. Velocity and FC, Hearts of Pine, first ever meeting between these two sides. And Spokane found themselves on the back foot on home soil early on. Evan Southern nearly cashing in for his first and Portland's first in USL League One history, but drags the left-footed strike wide of the mark. Then it was Velocity FC's turn to go the other way. A couple crosses that couldn't find that key second man. Hunter Morse called into action on that one. Did not have a shot on target to face in that first 45. A lot of good crosses. And that header over the bar from Anwar Pelaez, just 6 yards out, unable to keep that one on frame. 21st minute, and this was some excellent individual play from Walter Varela, the aforementioned lone strike on frame in that opening 45 minutes. Does well with the first touch, get it out of feet. Carlos Marancio seeing it all the way. Anwar Pelaez and Luis Gil, both on 2 goals this season in USL League One. We'll get things underway in half number 2. The ball is rolling once again. Both managers have addressed their charges and have not made any changes to their starting 11s. Sashi Wada, that late change to the first 11 for head coach Bobby Murphy. Saw a little bit of him in that first half, was brought to Portland by the goalkeeping coach Yuta Nomura. As far as stats go in that first half, Spokane had 56% possession, the slight edge there. Boasted better passing accuracy, especially in the final third, 75% compared to just 62% from Portland on fewer chances as well.
Win in midfield by Punangaron, but has overhit the pass for Evan Southern. Here are the keys to the second half presented by Ford for Spokane. They found a lot of success with their shape, staying wide, especially the defenders urge to make runs forward like Derek Waldeck does now, creating a lot of movement and a lot of havoc for Hearts of Pine. Meanwhile, for the visitors, winning the second ball, as Azad Liadi has just done. That's how they're going to start the counter. That's how they're going to keep possession, especially in the final third. They know Spokane has the quality on the crosses, but if they can win that second 50-50 battle, that's where Hearts of Pine are going to be able to claw their way back into this game and swing the momentum pendulum in the other direction. Siobhan John Brown staying wide with this one, now cutting inside on the right foot, deflecting toward the goalkeeper, headed away. The winger still fighting for it, and the back heel winning the second corner of the night. Teammates last year on the Central Valley Fuego with Sean Vinberg of Portland. Siobhan John Brown has played in Granada, Germany, and a number of amateur clubs as well across New York State. This is the ICCU Corner Kick, your financial success fan club. Waldeck, the natural left footer, right arm to the sky. Spokane have scored from this exact corner already this season. Delivery headed away by Liadi. Forward doing the work. Southern doing the running. Didn't get his reward. Evan Southern, a former junior college national champion with Iowa Western. 23 goals and 6 assists before making the jump to Division I. James Madison, his first goal with them, a game winner against Georgetown. As the referee has seen something in the box that he's taken exception to. Alex Beeler with the whistle, having a discussion. It's quite crowded for Hunter Morris, who's issuing some instructions for his teammates. Long throw in to the top of the box. And the volley sent high and wide. Lewis on the first time chance. A difficult one, had the technique. And Spokane still continue the search for their first shot on target. Through traffic as well, tried to go for height. Andre Lewis, 4 goals for the club last year and 3 assists as well. Yet to cash in league play in 2025. Free kick in favor of the hosts. Azad Liadi is down, so too is Cameron Miller. Still having a discussion. Azad Liadi conceding the free kick, but still a bit shaken up. The man who was given his marching orders in the US Open Cup will miss the round 3 matchup against Rhode Island FC. John Brown going right at his mark, gets the cross away. Headed by his former teammate, Sean Vinberg. To the top of the box, John Brown into the 18, pokes it along and it's off the post! Pelaez denied by the pipe. The best chance by far on the night for Velocity FC. Garcia with a move that sells his mark. John Brown on the volley. Deflected out of play. It's a great run made by Anwar Pelaez. Again, that second ball is key for Portland. It's won by Velocity FC, and John Brown with the wherewithal to spot the run rather than take it himself. Nobody picks him up. It's just a toe poke into the path of Pelaez, who's onside. Trying to cushion it into that far post. Didn't get a great look at goal to get his surroundings. This one bouncing for Reedy and was beyond the attacker and out for a goal kick. Velocity fans, scan the QR code to get your single match tickets today. Velocity last year boasting a third best home attendance in the league with an average of 3,800 fans. Incredible culture being built in the Evergreen State. And Coach Lee Veman spoke on that culture and the duty that the veterans have to instill that value in some of the newer players on the roster. Heavy touch on the far side by one of those veteran players, Pierre Reedy. Saying that it's still a process early in the season of bringing the squad together, developing new relationships, partnerships on and off the pitch that made this club so successful in its first campaign. Fernandez, part of that success. Heel, the captain, great ball forward. Heroic challenge denying the shooting chance. Sean Vinberg fired up. As Jaden Jones-Riley a little shaken up from the physicality of that challenge. It's a great block by Vinberg. Had to be brave, but had to time it well. Pierre Reedy has been a real bright spot for Spokane in this one. Former Charleston Battery man. Still yet to score his first goal for Spokane in USL League One. Vinberg trying to battle for it. Pelaez going down. Chance still alive. This is Lewis! Cutting onto his left foot and slicing it just wide. Andre Lewis with the tenacity to win the second ball and keep the chance alive. Velocity FC pushing, probing, still persisting, and yet still scoreless. Lewis with that chop to sell two defenders, lowers the shoulder, but leans back as he goes to strike it. Off balance and ultimately off target. Another long header forward. Vinberg in hot pursuit. Pelaez will win it. Back heel. And turn the foul, won by Jones-Riley. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Spokane into double-digit shooting, yet to find one in between the posts and underneath the crossbar. Portland with one shot on target from 3. And for the stat aficionados of expected goals, it's 1.06 for Spokane, 0.08 for Hearts of Pine. Wada trying to change that, nowhere to go. Lewis hopped over it. Give and go, forced back for Varela. Messer. Now Vinberg. A lot of movement in midfield. Punangaron dropping into the back line to help try and build things up. The run being made on the far side. Spokane looking a little more compact defensively now as compared to that first half. Hearts of Pine slowly trying to find their shape, not trying to force anything in behind. Both of these teams so far tonight have done a good job of playing the simple ball when need be. That one forced forward. Won it first by Miller. Now one back by Portland. Wada trying to skip by 1 and 2 and does. The Travella pass intercepted. Lopez got a touch to it. Heel got it away, and the turn was a clever one that fooled Michel Punangaron. Frustrated by the decision, but really can't have many complaints. Again, spoke about it in the first half, attackers using their body to success. That plant foot of Siobhan John Brown. He knows the contact is coming, gets his body in between the ball and the defender. Punangaron going to ground, not getting the ball. It's a reckless challenge, and by the letter of the law, it is a booking. Now joins the captain for the visitors, Mikey Lopez, in the pocketbook. Anwar Pelaez, the lone name on a tightrope for Spokane. John Brown against his former Fuego teammate. Vinberg is just forced to shuffle it out of play. John Brown with 3 senior goals for the Granada men's national team. Third corner kick of the night. ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. All 3 have been taken by Derek Waldeck. 60th minute from One Spokane Stadium. Sent to the back post. Garcia went up for it, headed it into Mikey Lopez to bring up corner number 4. Head in hands for Spokane number 4. Garcia thought he created the space aerially and did. Rather, it was Azad Liati getting in the way of it. ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. The captain, Luis Heel, will swing it in on the right foot. Again to the back post as the referee has blown the whistle. First right-footed corner kick for Velocity waved off. Velocity fans, get match ready with the latest Velocity merchandise. Shop online or in the team store at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. Velocity faithful bringing the noise once again. Morse will go long. Second ball sent into the stratosphere by Messer. Lopez misjudged it. Wada didn't. Still yet to be settled and now brought back down to earth. Lopez. Brady had checked in there. A little more narrow in the press, Spokane. Coach Lee Wieben spoke on Portland and the ability of Hearts of Pine to overload the spaces in behind. And said that they expect Portland to be aggressive in the right moments. That much has been true so far, but Velocity have done well to defend those moments. Giving time for the back line, closing them down when they try to go forward, just like that. John Brown got the 1-2, and then Pelaez with his pocket picks. Scooped up from Messer, and difficult one to bring that down over the shoulder. In the 62nd minute, head coach Bobby Murphy will make his first change, and in fact make it a double. Michel Poon-Angeron will be replaced in midfield by Pat Langlois, Trinidad and Tobago native for the Australian. As Evan Southern up top will be taken off for the Englishman, Ollie Wright. Coach Murphy spoke on Poon-Angeron and Langlois in particular, both players from an international background, playing in the United States and trying to create something special, an opportunity for their families. They've got to get back now, an opportunity for Spokane, defended well by Lopez. Waldeck fighting for it, Lopez back onto it, plays short for Jones-Riley. Pat Langlois, a former Northern Colorado man, and will now try and probe offensively against two of his former teammates. And Lucky Oprah on the right for Spokane, and David Garcia centrally at the back. Oprah winning it now. Fernandez. John Brown. Lovely footwork. He's taken a bit of contact in the midst of it. John Brown slowly now back onto his feet, trying to walk it off. And the whistle will sound in favor of Hearts of Pine. Derek Waldeck committing the foul and not interested in making his opinion known to the referee. Walking backwards to set up shop. Derek Waldeck, described by his head coach Lee Wiedemann as an incredibly dedicated pro. The amount of consistency that number 18 mains is admirable. That's all credited to his mentality. He's given a new challenge every week and is able to read those challenges, adapt to his game. And leads by example on and off the pitch every day. High praise from his manager. Tracks the run on the far side, ball played to the near side and cut away. Siobhan John Brown once again, and denied real estate. Siobhan John Brown seeing a lot of the ball tonight for his new side. Hasn't had a lot of great looks at goal, but has also been playing unselfishly. Zadliani now looking for help. Able to shrug off the contact. Lopez. Messer. Lopez hopping over it. Wright got a touch to it. Continues his run. Varela able to thread the needle. Ollie Wright now dispossessed. A lot of room for Siobhan John Brown to run in behind if he can get there, and does. Quickly into midfield. Across the far side of the 18. The shot opens up and it's saved by Morse. Once again, Pierre Reedy causing problems for Portland. And Velocity FC have their first shot on target. Luis Heel delaying his run, the midfield not getting back in time. Pierre Reedy with that first fake to open up a little space, gets it just over the sliding defender. Went for power, and the placement didn't get the better of Hunter Morse. Yachty on the high press. One back for Hearts of Pine, as Ollie Wright goes down and wins a set piece on a promising blade of turf. Elite Minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game. Visit our website today. seen the danger that Velocity have on the set pieces. It's the first opportunity for Portland. Swung into the box and just over the head of Pat Langlois. It's a whipping delivery, some real pace on it from Nathan Messer. The substitute, Pat Langlois, nearly getting his head to it. Raised in Australia, came up through the Newcastle Jets Academy and started his pro career with the First Division club back in 2019. Just 25 years of age. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Waldeck venturing centrally. Trying to invite a couple defenders forward. John Brown, difficult touch, that one. Nearly got it off as well. I've seen that direct pass a number of times for Spokane. It hasn't had the same success for Portland, who will go on the back foot now as Wada has had some errant contact. David Garcia, the Spaniard for Oprah, the Nigerian. Sent all the way back to his former Northern Colorado teammate. Couple numbers showing short. Fernandez asking for it, didn't have a lot of time. Backline slowly creeping forward for Spokane. This is patient buildup and a great first touch from Lucky Oprah into the 6-yard box. Headed away only as far as the skipper for Spokane. Siobhan John Brown with the pace to keep it alive. Luis Heel scooping it for Lucky Oprah. The goalkeeper wanted it. Sean Vinberg instead getting there first and just getting rid. Oprah has the long throw in his locker, and in fact Velocity will send plenty of men forward for this one. Throw comes in and it's claimed somewhat comfortably by Hunter Morse. Hunter Morse, drafted by FC Cincinnati in 2023 and spent 2 years at the club. Formerly of Western Michigan. Tied a program record of over 1,900 minutes in his graduate season with the Broncos. One of a number of players from non-Power 5 schools, and head coach Bobby Murphy spoke on a number of those players and how they have a bit of a chip on their shoulder, want something to prove. Titus Washington, another one of those players, getting ready on the sideline for Portland. Ball played forward and cut away by Vinberg, who wins the free kick to boot. Pelaez committing another foul and is in the book. The lone Spokane name on a booking so far in this one. talking about Titus Washington. He will now enter the contest in place of Masashi Wada. Washington, who got the nod against Hartford Athletic in the midweek. Played his college ball with Seattle University, one of those non-Power 5 schools that head coach Bobby Murphy showed a lot of praise for. Washington, in his words, a raw talent, someone with a lot of promise. Has a great frame, great size, great strength, but not the finished product. And the best part about coaching Washington, he said, is that he knows it. He's aware of where he needs to improve and is open to feedback, open to growing his game. Footwork and movement are the two places that Coach Bobby Murphy is targeting for Titus Washington's development. Someone who wants to show what he is capable of in the professional ranks. Played into the box for Heel. First time ball cut back. Reedy looking for support. Finds it with Fernandez. Waldeck making the run, and it's behind him. Good movement from Spokane. Again, the patience to make that extra pass, that understanding of where teammates are going to be. Those four players that connected in that sequence, all returners. Luis Heel with his back to goal, knew where his teammate was going to be without having to look for him. Played the no-look ball, Reedy right onto it. And again, it's that subconscious understanding, knowing the ins and outs of where your teammates like to make their runs, like to receive the ball. Do they want it to feet? Do they want it to space? That only comes with time. And in just the second season of this club, Luis Heel, as the captain, has led this team to success last year and to a big 3 points in the league last time out. And Spokane continue to search for the opener. Now it's just about the consistency of those passes. Waldeck with a little too much sauce on it. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue. Open 7 days a week. 75th minute from One Spokane Stadium. Philip Galati with you in the first ever meeting between Velocity and Hearts of Pine. 15 shots in total, 12 in favor of the hosts, just one from each side on target. Is there to be late drama? Lopez dispossessed. Spokane on the counter now. 3-on-3 opportunity. Reedy plays it short for Heel. Portland with numbers arriving now. Doing well to snuff out the first chance and force the hosts all the way back. Garcia. Nobody making that long run in behind now. Spokane gonna try and build things up. You can see the width. Siobhan John Brown barely on your screen at the bottom right corner. Nobody showing short for the back line, waiting patiently for that incisive ball to try and split two defenders. Luis Heel has checked back a little bit more. Not for long. Paliez calling for it. Now that run gonna be made by Siobhan John Brown. He's got the pace to get there. Gets the step over two. Goes down. No whistle. Sliding challenge by the skipper. to stop the counter for Walter Varela. It will prompt head coach Lee Veman to make his first change of the night, and it is a triple change. Luis Gil, Andre Luz, Pierre Reedy, all taking a spot on the bench. Ish Jome, Neil Vinyals, and Jack Denton to complete the triple sub. Neil Vinyals, a name known around USL League One, the former Richmond kicker standout. Jack Denton making his first appearance in USL League One this season. Registered nearly 1,500 minutes for the club last year. So the captain's night is done. Someone who head coach Bobby Murphy for Portland wanted to shut down because he had some prior experience with Luis Gil in Orlando and at Omaha. He said, quote, "I love him to death and I'm happy he's found a home there, but it's going to take a lot of hard work to make sure he stays quiet." Hearts of Pine kept him quiet tonight. They've still got work to do to get a road point. Value of a road point, something that Coach Murphy as well touched on. We had a chance to talk to him earlier this week, especially for some of the younger guys in his side. How the last few minutes of a match are key. He said, quote, "Those last few minutes, you want to fight for the win, but you have to make sure you don't lose it." And for some of our younger players, they'll start to learn the value of a road point as the season goes on and we become more savvy and more polished down the road. Both clubs looking to complete their second consecutive clean sheet in league play. Book your stay today at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. A check and a turn from Denton. Just about got it away. Heavy touch from Oprah, who goes down and gets the call. Molly Wright with the shake of the head. Man who came up through the Fulham, Brentford, and Queen's Park Rangers academies in England. Lovely ball in behind for Ish Jome. Time to settle and cut it back. This is Vinyals and Waldeck. Great team play, but nobody there for the final touch. Garcia. Oprah stretching things on the near side. Continued his run. Able to get on the end of it. Can't get around right. Well defended by the forward. Spokane looking dangerous now in the closing stages. Lucky Oprah, the USL Player of the Week last week with 2 assists on the long throw. First to head it was Langlois for Portland. Second to it is Nathan Messer. Waldeck stayed back on the near side, switching his position to recycle the set piece. Maybe a chance to explore that space now with Varela, who's lost out to Denton. Has room to switch it. And the ball asking too much of Ish Jome. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Vinyals intercepting. All-League First Team 2023. All-League Second Team 2024. Players' Shield winner in 2022, a man with so much caliber. Sporting new colors for the first time in a long time. Liati put himself in a position to succeed. We spoke on forwards with their back to goal, how forwards for both of these sides, particularly Azad Liati for the visitors and Pierre Reedy for the hosts, know how to play with physicality, how to use their bodies to get into a position that will set up their teammates for success, whether they get a good first touch on it or not, able to invite defenders to initiate the contact, standing with their back to goal rather than side on, trying to create that space for themselves and use their strength. Washington doing the same, able to turn and face now, gets the cross away, nobody there for Portland. Liati does well on the high press, but ultimately concedes a goal kick. Road trip will continue for Portland with South Georgia Tormenta next up for the side. Vinberg with a good challenge against his former teammate. Vinyals, nowhere to go just yet. Able to work his way free of danger. Miller, 84th minute from One Spokane Stadium. There on the first time of asking. Back to the near side with Lucky Oprah. Swung into the box. Difficult one to bring down, and going down was Pelaez. Good touch into midfield. Fernandez for Vinyals. Thought Fernandez might have had a shot there. Instead, the former Richmond Kickers man continuing with those close touches of his. He has that ability, Neil Vinyals, to turn on a dime, keep the ball close at all times, almost like it's tied on a string to his foot. He's been provider early in this one since his introduction a few minutes ago. Liati's pass, unable to find a teammate in navy and green. Spokane will be back on home soil next week, hosting Texoma. Portland will continue their road trip against South Georgia. Had a chance to speak with head coach Bobby Murphy about what it's like spending so many weeks on the road in succession. He says it's not easy, but this side is built on players who are up for any challenge, and it's given a side in its first season with so many new faces, in fact all new faces, a chance to get more acquainted with one another. In an unattended way, Coach Murphy said it brings us closer together. Playing cards, growing bonds. Coach Murphy even going to the bookstore, buying a number of books on American history and having his team have discussions about them. Unique culture being built at Portland. Spokane with an incredible culture of their own in just their second season. Find themselves on the back foot now. Here comes Ollie Wright. Good touch away by David Garcia. Portland, the furthest forward we've seen them in quite some time. Messer, Lopez, Hearts of Pine trying to set up shop in the final third. 87th minute. Vinberg, Liati trying to use his body but loses out to Waldeck, who goes down and gets the call as well. Spokane in this second half have masterfully won a lot of those second 50-50 chances and kept possession. 64% in the second half for velocity. More than doubling the passes in the opposition half to Portland, and having an 80% passing accuracy too. The pass completed at the top of the 6, and Vinyals' effort saved by Morse. A tame one in the end for the goalkeeper. But again, Spokane doing such a good job of connecting. Siobhan John Brown weaving his way through 2 defenders. Vinyals, that first touch, it's settled a little bit behind his plant foot. And because he stops the ball on a dime, he isn't able to step into the shot and follow through. 2,000 strong, trying to urge Spokane forward to steal 2 more points at the death. Portland trying to crash the party away from home. This is Walter Varela. No one showing short once again. Everyone waiting for the cross. Lopez sent up toward Washington, working himself free and curling it comfortably into the path of Marancio. The referee has seen something off the ball, has the pocketbook out. Shandon Wright has gone into the book for Hearts of Pine in a bizarre sequence. As Marky Hernandez will enter the game in place of Siobhan John Brown. He's had an excellent performance tonight. Confirmation of that yellow card off the ball to Shandon Wright. Hernandez, a former Northern Colorado man as well. Shows short for his teammate last year, Lucky Oprah. Hernandez whipping it towards Waldeck. Headed back across, and too much hang time. Hunter Morse goes airborne for it. Marky Hernandez made a name for himself in Northern Colorado, coming off the bench late in matches, scoring goals, assisting winners. 5'5", the Anaheim, California native, but a larger than life figure in the lore of USL League One. "90 minutes have elapsed. We enter the first of 4 at a minimum. Second half stoppage time presented by Cornaline Casino Resort and Hotel. Another long searching ball forward, cut away. Langlois, Lopez, pinballing around, forced back. Varela, up towards right. Garcia went up for it and gets the foul. Titus Washington battling unfairly. And Coach Bobby Murphy will make another change for Hearts of Pine. Jake Keegan will enter the match up top for Azad Liati. Another man with a flair for the dramatic. Made his mark in the last match for Hearts of Pine in the US Open Cup in the 116th minute to force the PK shootout, which Portland won 4-2. The man who is the 3rd highest goal scorer in League One history, and another former Northern Colorado Hailstorm man. Defending his former teammate, Marky Hernandez. It was looping toward goal. Hunter Morse got 2 hands to it. Oprah urged forward now. Swinging it in. Hernandez was there. Didn't get a clean look at it. Referee will stop it. Marky Hernandez off the bench and nearly onto the score sheet. What a stop from Hunter Morse. Hernandez maybe not intending to loop that one towards goal, but the shot stopper for Hearts of Pine called into action and answered that call brilliantly. Jaden Jones-Riley needing some medical attention late. This will add a few more minutes onto the end of the match in all likelihood. And that's exactly what Marky Hernandez is asking about. Made over 70 appearances with the Hailstorm in the last 3 years. Before that, spent 2 seasons with the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Issuing instructions to his new teammates. Hunter Morse still yet to restart play. As because the referee blew the whistle for an injury, we have to restart with the drop ball. Jaden Jones-Riley given the all clear, and Portland back to full strength. This would be quite a time for Hearts of Pine to score their first ever goal in USL League One. They will get a set piece at the death to do so. Hernandez pleading in vain. He'll start the wall with Colin Fernandez. Ollie Wright standing over it, so too is Nathan Messer. A lot of movement at the top of the 18. Swung in by Messer and headed away. Second ball is a foot race, won by Waldeck. Sent skyward. Still bouncing around. Settled by Varela. Trying to get Washington forward on the charge, was unable to get around his mark. Now Vinyals taking it to the far side. Waldeck is all the way up on that far side. He was just at the back on the near side a minute ago. Covered an exceptional amount of area tonight, Derek Waldeck. Lucky Oprah's cross. Chested down at the first man, right second to it, and that one will roll all the way out. 96th minute now from One Spokane Stadium. Time very quickly running out if there is to be a dramatic winner. Jome, Fernandez. Waldeck with room to roam. Jome making the run. Waldeck trying to find him and will. First time cross towards Pelaez, vying for it. Now Detton, Vinyals opening up. Still no shooting space just yet. This is Lucky Oprah for the hosts. His former teammate, Marky Hernandez. Two Northern Colorado players connect. No connection on the cross just yet. Vinyals into the area now. And still play goes on. Vinyals to the byline and headed wide. It took a deflection on the way through. Anwar Pelaez thought he had a last gasp winner. It's not over yet. No, the referee has given a goal kick instead. What a ball over Hunter Morse. Started to come out for it. Didn't think he could get there. Anwar Pelaez did, but couldn't steer it on frame. And that will do it. Honors even, scoreless through 90 from One Spokane Stadium. Velocity FC and Hearts of Pine will share the points. Portland yet to score a goal in USL League One, though yet to concede one. Nearly did so right at the end. Spokane with an offensively dominant performance. Potent in possession in the final third, yet only mustering 2 shots on target of 13. Unable to find the breakthrough as Hearts of Pine pick up another point away from Maine. So we'll step aside for a brief intermission. When we come back, we'll wrap things up with the full-time highlights from One Spokane Stadium. See you soon.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at One Spokane Stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
So 1 point for both sides. Spokane Velocity FC, Portland Hearts of Pine showing defensive fortitude. Scoreless draw at the end of the night. Let's take a look at the full-time highlights from One Spokane Stadium. An excellent play on the far side by Walter Varela for Hearts of Pine, nutmegging a defender, but then the save to boot from Carlos Marancio. Tonight's play of the match is brought to you by Modelo, the mark of a fighter, as Marancio fought his way to his 2nd clean sheet this season, equaling his tally from 2024 in 7 matches played. In the second half, that's when Spokane seemed to come to life. Anwar Pelaez off the post. Great toe poke from Siobhan John Brown to find the run of the forward, but it was not meant to be. 54th minute, and a couple good plays from Spokane result in a blocked shot with an even better play defensively by Sean Vinberg, going to ground, sticking that left leg high in the air and getting the ball. High risk, high reward for the former Central Valley Fuego man. Luis Heel out to the far side for Pierre Reedy, who also had a great showing offensively tonight, stymied by Hunter Morse from 18 yards. And then drama in second half stoppage time. What nearly was from Marky Hernandez. Was it a cross? Was it a shot? Well, it was a heck of a problem for Hunter Morse. Forced to backpedal and able to just about get it away with the aid of Nathan Messer to clean it up. Then in the 97th minute, this may have been the pick of the bunch as far as chances go. A header from 6 yards away, and Anwar Pelaez putting it just wide of the far post. 15 shots in total for Spokane, just 2 on target. Portland with 2 on target of 4. Spokane boasting 60% possession, but in the final third is where they nearly won this game. 75 passes in the final third for Portland, 149, almost double for Spokane with 75% accuracy. Portland just 52% accuracy on those final third passes. Velocity FC may feel hard done by to not get all 3 points tonight, but it's a great performance from both sides that is worthy of a point. So that will do it as the forces of nature clash for the first time. Spokane and Portland finish the night with a 0-0 scoreline. For everyone behind the scenes making this broadcast possible, for our producer, Brent Koskayuela, I've been Philip Galati saying thanks so much for joining us and have a great rest of your weekend. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.